Hey everybody, this is Bill Williams. Welcome to another Trahan Creek Outdoors video. It's Saturday evening, about 100 degrees, 110 degrees with the heat index somewhere in that range. It's very, very hot. I'm outside doing a little lawn work in the front yard. Got a pile of leaves, which I'm in the process of scooping up. I want to show you what I found. Coming up next. Here at Trahan Creek Outdoors, we try to talk about living in harmony with nature. And here we had a pile of leaves that I'm in the process of scooping up with my scoop and using some of the rich fertile soil in a couple of spots in my yard. So as I was digging, guess what I found? What we have here is a Dekays brown snake. This is a fairly common snake in the eastern United States. This one's maybe, if you stretched it out all the way and put its head back on, which the head is gone, I have cut it off, but if you stretched it out all the way, maybe about a foot long. Now, speaking of animals, we have here Mija. So she's going to want to see what we got. I guess we'll let her. Come on, you want to look? Come here, look. You can see it. You know it's there anyway. She has seen these things before, including the parrot snakes. Now, if this snake were out on my 20 acres of land somewhere, I would not have nearly the problem with it that I do have here up next to the house. In fact, if it were out on my land, I might just let it go. I've got a water moccasin video on my channel. You can see it with the link on the upper right hand side of your screen. And I did not kill that water moccasin. He got to ride along his merry way. And it was a juvenile moccasin, but still about 2 foot long. So, not a bad looking snake as snakes go. Sorry, I dropped it. Let's see, Mija, come here. Come here. You want to look? Look. What do you think? Not interested? All right. Mija's not interested, but before we get rid of the snake, let's take a little closer look at it. We're going to take a little closer look at this snake. We have sacrificed it for our exploratory purposes. And this is designed to be educational, so hopefully you will get something out of it. First, we're going to stretch it out and take a measurement, which in this case, we're going to see the snake is about roughly 10 1/4 inches. With its head would have been approximately 11 inches. That is a mature adult snake. It is not a juvenile or a baby snake. Now, you might think so based on its size, but this snake is full grown. You can also tell because the back end of the tail is the same as the body color. If it were a juvenile snake, this would be a lighter, more yellow cream color for a little while, but that grows out after the first year. So we know this snake is a year or more old. Now, it's not a real big snake, about the thickness of a pencil. We're going to turn it over and see if we can take a little look at the underside here. This area that you're looking at where my finger is the anal vent. I hope you can tell that those are individual scales, sort of look like little banded ribs. Now what I'm wanting to show you is that when you get back here to the anal vent area, the little vent portion, if you look carefully, you may be able to see, I hope you can, Not sure you'll be able to, but you'll see that those single long scales turn into short double scales, one row on the left and one on the right, the opposite side. The same scales that are up above the vent do not repeat below the vent, and that is a sign of a harmless snake. If it were poisonous, you would see the same scales all the way down. But here, this is a sign that it is not a poisonous snake. The coloration, as you see, is sort of triangular shaped spots, just a repetitive pattern of triangular spots. Whereas if this were a copperhead, the bands would go all the way across and connect, and then they would widen out on the sides. So this is not the pattern, the coloration pattern of a copperhead snake. It's not give you real good coloration. You can probably see up toward the top a little bit, maybe. Coming at it from the side, you may be able to get some idea of the coloration pattern. I apologize for this not being the greatest photography session in the world, but it just isn't. So we get what we get. All right. We're going to end our exploration with this snake and let him have a peaceful burial. But if you find one of these, you may want to consider putting it in your garden. They will eat slugs, so I would recommend putting them where the strawberry patch is. That's a good place that accumulates lots of slugs, and this snake will go to town eating them. However, like everything in nature, it doesn't just eat one animal. It eats a variety of things, so it is also big on eating earthworms. Therefore, if you want beneficial earthworms producing worm castings, the more of these little animals you have running around, these snakes will eat your earthworms. So it's a win-lose proposition with this snake. And just about any snake, they'll all eat things that you don't want them to eat. So there's no winning pathway that you can have a good snake that only eats what you want it to eat. It does not exist. All right. Hopefully that'll show you a little bit about this particular snake.